What I really hate sometimes is how some people say Carleton is going to be so cold because it's in Minnesota all winter. And those people just really don't know what you're talking about.
That was perfect! Hi, I'm Sophia. I got together with a bunch of other Carleton students to make this movie.
We wanted to share our life, our world, and our views directly with you.
So check it out.
Carleton is personal growth.
Carleton is ultimate frisbee.
Carleton is quirky.
Carleton is refreshingly geeky.
Carleton is experiential.
Carleton is a crossroads.
Carleton is hilarious.
Carleton is the square root of 2. Undefinable.
Does their own thing, and I think people appreciate each other's differences at Carleton.
Without sports here, I'd probably only hang out with the other math majors here, like myself, but it introduces you to a lot of different guys, but with a shared interest in baseball.
But just even the range of color and the kind of contrast you're getting.
I think it's really easy to be yourself here, to kind of push yourself in whatever direction you want. And I think particularly Carleton kids are very encouraging of what their peers are doing, and that's unique, I think.
If you came back here in this lab at 10 o'clock tonight, you would see a group of physics majors all working on their different problem sets and writing up their labs together. Everybody's all part of a big group that tries to cooperate and work together. And that's, I had it here as a student and I'm seeing it here as a faculty, and it's awesome.
Carleton faculty really pride themselves in connecting with the whole student. And connecting with the whole student means that you are interested in the student as a scholar, but you're also interested in the student as a person. That all becomes the material, that a platform for you to interact with them.
This is the only place I found that has just an incredible concentration of really interesting, funny, easygoing people. I could get really a strong academic education in a lot of places, but I don't think I could have found such a great group of people in most other places.
Carleton is a meeting ground.
It's a partnership in discovery.
Carleton is a good fit for me because it allows me to pursue both sciences and humanities, which I both love. But Carleton really allows me to do that in a totally fabulous way because I have Stefan on the one hand, who is totally encouraging of my scientific pursuits. And then at the same time, I have this incredible support in the religion department that allows me to think more broadly about the things I'm learning, even in my science classes. Because some people think that those two fields are completely unrelated, but in actuality, they're not all that far away.
Your perfect loading, Sophia.
This genetics course is awesome because Stefan is letting us do his research in our lab.
The project this whole term has been actually part of my research projects. I work on aging, the genetic mechanisms for aging, and in particular the role of mitochondrial DNA.
And we're looking at mutants in yeast mitochondria. So that's what we were just doing our gel before, was isolating those mutants and rolling them out on a gel, and then looking at, through a southern blot, looking at how that DNA has either been mutated or not mutated in the final product. Perfect. You know, we have these brilliant, brilliant professors who are doing incredible cutting-edge research and that we're allowed to be included in sometimes. At the same time, there is this incredible rapport between teachers and students that allows for this very dynamic and fun classroom environment. I think that if you love to learn, but you also love to have fun, then Carleton's a great place for you.
DNA, like the ball, runs to the red.
This is our memory aid.
My experience at Carleton has been that math isn't just about sitting in a library and doing math for hours on end just by yourself.
P prime R is the same as PQ, right?
I thought PQ was larger, so we're cutting off PQ.
Well, I'm probably just
okay. All that.
So we just showed that PR omega and P prime Q prime omega prime are congruent, right? Oh, 180. But that means these two equal 180. That there's a contradiction.
You know, I can compete with people on the baseball field, that's fine. But in class, I want to just learn and collaborate with other people and not worry about competing. That's not really, that's one of the reasons that Carleton's been such a great fit for me.
I'm taking painting this term for the first time. I've been wanting to take it ever since I got here. I've taken photography. I did an independent photo project last term on photographs that I'd taken while studying abroad in the Czech Republic. And then I also went on the art department's program to Australia, New Zealand, and the Cook Islands. It's kind of funny because everyone's like, oh, if you take all these history classes and you take all these art classes, why not be an art history major? And that was tempting too, but since I did declare history, I've tried to kind of incorporate my interest in art into the research I've done for my history classes. It's been really fun. I've gotten to write about like Mexican art and Czech art. I did my comprehensive project on Czech theater, for example, which is totally new to me, but so that was a fun way to kind of bring in my passions here into the historical discipline.
There's sort of a silly solidarity that's created in the winter. It's like, oh, it's so cold. I know it's so cold. You know, yesterday was so cold. Oh, I was so cold. I'm so sorry, you know. But it's really not that bad. The fall and the spring really appreciated.
There's, just so much to do outside. The Arb is so nice because you can go in there and feel, like miles away from everything, and it's a really great place when you sort of just want to be alone.
Carleton is colorful.
Carleton is genuine.
Carleton is borderless.
Carleton est un carrefour pour le monde. Ici, nous sommes dans les monts Mandingues.
We're here in Jellyba, and we just got here, and we're being greeted by all of the hundreds in the village who shot up guns when we got here. I went on the Mali Off-Campus Studies program with the French and Francophone Studies department. The off-campus experience creates the beginning of a lifetime awareness.
Learning several languages is to become a citizen of the world.
A lot of Carleton students go off campus, and we all have different experiences, but all have this sort of international thought process now.
This is such a great opportunity. A lot of people I've talked to want to go back.
She's hooked for life. I mean, I see that this is something she will be carrying with her for a long, long time. This international connection becomes so much part of their mind here. It's something they continue, you know, beyond Carleton.
We're gonna send it right back now to Democracy Now! Right here on KRLX. So basically what I'm doing right now is engineering Democracy Now!, which is a Pacifica newscast that we air weekdays from 5 to 6 on KRLX.
This is the rock section, rock singles and anthologies, and then over here some of our other stuff.
I mean, I just really love music. I love listening to it, and so this is kind of like me getting, frankly, it's a nice 2 hours where I can just sit here and listen to music.
One of my responsibilities as a program director is trying to think of shows outside of just students coming in and playing music for 90 minutes a week.
Shabuya, 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 roll call.
My name is Nika.
Yeah.
I like to dance.
Yeah.
I think that Ben should wear different pants.
Roll call. Shabuya, shabuya, shabuya.
The fun show we have here is called Comedy Hour. It's a half-hour comedy show, which is run by the 3 comedy troupes on Carleton campus.
My name is Elise, and this is Kirsten, and we're in a class together called Music and Culture in Paris at the turn of the 20th century. So, yeah, one of the cool things we get to do is, instead of writing a paper, we have the option of doing a radio show once a week.
So it's fun to try and translate what we've learned in class to something that's digestible by other people.
We got jazz, hip-hop, reggae, industrial, ambient, electronic, metal.
It was recently ranked like one of the top 10 in the nation, and if you look at all the other stations, they usually have at least 1 or 2 professionally staffed people working with them, and that's not true for this station at all. It is all student-run, student-produced.
Classical, international, a bunch of soundtracks, blues, new music, local music, Roger Lasley section.
Thank you for listening to KRLX 88.1 FM.
I am a junior physics major, and I'm a point guard on the men's basketball team. It was kind of the best of both worlds, I guess you could say. I actually think it just helps to be in sports. I mean, go to practice and run a little bit, and it just kind of balances everything out. Kind of found a playing style together, and ended up running off 17 in a row. Yeah, first tournament bid in the NCAA tournament ever.
I'm definitely a completely different person than I was when I came to Carleton, and I'm so much happier with myself now, is that, you know, I've sort of learned not to worry about what other people are thinking and not compete with other people, but compete with myself.
Nice on 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to stay in touch with all these guys, and we've become really close over our 4 years playing together. And, you know, as I think about what I'm going to get out of this experience playing baseball here, it's probably staying in touch with these 9 guys that I've gotten to know real well, and the friendships I've made and the relationships that are going to continue after I leave Carleton.
In a school like this, you make lifelong friends, and you just can't help it because you've got so many organizations that make it possible to make these kinds of connections.
To have friends from other parts of the world outside of the U.S., or from other states for that matter, from different ideas, different perspectives, different ways of life, different cultures. There's so many different ideas, so many different people, and that's what really, really, really gets me going.
15 years out after having graduated, some of my best friends are the friends I had as physics majors here at Carleton. One of them is a professor somewhere, one of them got a medical degree and a PhD, one of them is teaching art. You know, so these are all physics majors, and they're all doing very different things. One of them works on computers up in Minneapolis, and they're all people I'm in touch with.
In the future, say I make a move to a new city, I think I'm going to try to find other Carleton students just for that initial cup of coffee. So I think the sense of community is really nice to have.
Les signes avant-coureurs, what does that mean? Les signes
I think everyone comes with a love of learning. That's where our common ground often lies, is that, you know, someone's really passionate about something, and so they've put a lot of time into being passionate about that, and then they can share that passion.
Can we do the bridge?
Yeah. I'm appreciative of the fact that this is a school with a very rigorous academic environment, but at the same time it has these ridiculous traditions. We don't take ourselves too seriously, which is a good thing. I didn't want to go to a school where everyone was stodgy and uptight.
And there's a balance to be had between really intense academics and growing intellectually, and growing as a person. And Carleton strikes that balance between academics and the rest of life, I guess you could say, really perfectly.